came up to this one-way sign earlier, and then you drive up to it and you're like, oh, okay, so it's a trail you can go down, right? And then you pull up and it's just this sheer cliff, and you're like, who in the world is gonna do that? Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and today we're out at Holly Oaks Off-Road Park here in Holly, Michigan. And I wanted to put together a video talking about what an off-road park is like, and if you've never experienced it, why it might be cool for you to go and check it out. Here I've got the Polaris Sportsman 570 here, the 2023 Ride Command model. This has been a perfect entry-level sort of vehicle for a space like this. I was out here earlier with the Topher, and we've been ripping this thing around and exploring the park. He has since left, and this is kind of my time to just have a little fun and be at peace and kind of be outdoors and exploring nature while also having fun on this machine. If you do want to see a little bit more on the Sportsman 570, check the link in the description. I've got kind of a ride and review that Nathan and I shot up north. But what today's video is going to be is a little bit of talking about what an off-road park is and what it is not, and what it sort of provides for the community and for someone who might be a veteran off-roader or someone who's more novice and just wants to go experience it for his or her first time. Quick side note, you do have to have a flag, an 8 or 10 foot flag, to be in here. And the Sportsman comes with a flag hole. But as you can see, when we tried using it earlier, the plastic broke. So not a fantastic design there from Polaris. I don't know why they wouldn't have made some sort of metal spot for the flag, but yes, you will get some of that. We did manufacture a bit of a makeshift flag holder that has been faring pretty well for us. Yeah, so this place is a lot of acres. It's got to be something like 300 acres or so. I'll put the actual acreage right there on the screen. But it's a huge off-road park. It's an old quarry. And it's up here about 45 minutes north of Detroit or so, not too far away from Flint. And it's got a lot of different terrain. It's got open, sandy areas like this. It's got more technical through the woods things. It's got stuff for Jeep guys. I think you can probably see way out that way. There's some Jeeps running around. There's side-by-sides, four-wheelers like this, dirt bikes. You can take a lot of different types of vehicles here and have fun doing slow speed stuff, fast stuff. You can get wet and muddy if you want. You can stay dry. It is raining just slightly on me here. I actually don't have my in-helmet microphone on me right now, so once we get riding a little bit of the faster stuff, I'm just going to let you kind of come along for the ride and experience it. We're going to go explore parts of the park, and maybe I'll kind of slow down and you can hear me talk from there. So without any further ado, let's get rolling. One of the party pieces of this Ride Command Edition Sportsman is this huge screen, and you can see it play its fun little animation and then give me all my gauge information. Ride Command, yes, 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 I know I could die. Two-wheel drive mode, let's go have some fun. We're in the back corner of the park right now, and this is where you can do a little bit more high-speed stuff. You've got bigger vehicles. The Topher and I have been back here with the Bronco Raptor. That was a lot of fun. Let's do some exploring. Ooh, now that looks fun. I should also mention that this Polaris Sportsman has electric power steering, which makes it much easier to navigate these tighter, twisty trails, and it's made for a long day of off-roading like this, not fatigue me, which has been nice. I'm going to shift it into four-wheel drive. This does look a little steep and a little sandy. Woo, this is tight and rough. My flag is going to hit. Be a much newer trail here. So you can see how quickly we got from kind of out in the open to tight, twisty forest, right back out. What is this? That looks gnarly. Let's hit it. Who's even making these trails? Let's go to the right. With ease. With ease. Oh, look at that view. That's cool. Pull my flag up a little. You can see there's a whole cohort of motorcyclists over there. Some Wrangler action over here. Get back into two-wheel drive and play around. It's funny how much the Wrangler still owns this environment. I mean, you do see a few Broncos out here, but it's still so much Jeep. Random little sand pits like this, kind of duck down. Over here. Ooh, now see, this looks a little gnarly too. A little mud. And that does not, that is not a trail. That is erosion right there. Maybe it was a trail once upon a time, but not a trail for us today. Go in reverse. Back to go. I don't know if we'll be able to do this in two-wheel drive. Oh, easily. I think it has a surprising amount of grip. Where to next? Let's go up this way. The cool thing about off-road parks like this is they're decently well marked, and they've got something for people of all different skill levels. So if you just went out, got yourself a Polaris Sportsman like this, and you're not planning on regularly hitting trails and stuff, but you want to see what it's capable of, kill a Saturday in a fun way like this, then you just throw it in the back of your truck and you head out. You buy an off-road sticker and a flag, some admission, less than $100, you're out here for a full day's worth of fun. And if you get a little bit in over your head, there are people to come and help you. And if you were to get stuck, there's plenty of people out here with recovery equipment. You can get spotters. This is a little dicey. I'm going to provide some counter lean. Momentum. Nothing happened. It might be a one-way trail. I'm gonna, well, maybe not actually. No. There are some one-ways around here, so you do have to watch out for signage. And there's also certain trails that are only for little vehicles, things like quads and dirt bikes, and then there are some trails that are only for big vehicles, like the 4x4s. So you do have to kind of keep your head on a swivel, be watching out for people and for flags, and also looking out at the signage. Make sure you're following the proper way. But most of the trails are pretty open like this, kind of just ride at your own risk. Rain's picking up a little bit. I'm gonna make sure the camera's clean. I came up to this one-way sign earlier, and then you drive up to it and you're like, oh, okay, so it's a trail you can go down, right? And then you pull up and it's just this sheer cliff, and you're like, who in the world is gonna do that? There's another great vantage point of the park. You can see more of the main trail right there. dirt bikes flying around. You've got a officer of the law up that way, making sure people are following the rules, signed up and everything. I wasn't quite able to get up this hill earlier, but I'm thinking with a little momentum, we can make it happen. Maybe the rain will have added enough traction here. Wishful thinking, right? Yeah, buddy. What am I supposed to do from here? It's like a dead end. Can I go that way? I guess. Looks like I'm not the first one. Okay. Nice job, sportsman. What about that trail? That one looks intense. Let's see what we got. More traction here, that's good. Oh my goodness. Woo! That's intense. That gives you a rush because you're like, man, am I gonna flip over the other way? What's gonna happen here? One of the nice things about a park like this is the barriers to entry are pretty low. You could take a pretty standard truck out here, and yeah, you're gonna want to be careful, and you're not gonna be able to hit the most intense stuff, but you could just go and hit the ring roads and kind of experience what your truck's capable of doing, or your Jeep or something. And I mean, even like this, you can just go down to your local Polaris dealer, pick up a four-wheeler, go out and have some fun doing this sort of thing. You don't need to purchase thousands of dollars of safety equipment and hardcore gear or anything like that. It's really approachable. Right over there is pretty cool. It's you got a kids area, which is nice, and then you've got a sort of performance track over there for trucks. There's the ATV one over on the other side of the park. Youth riding area, 12 to 15 years. That's cool. Going on here. Ooh, that looks intense. I don't think I want to hit that. Wheel drive, baby! I love that. That's a lot of fun. I guess I could go back down this hill, right? Hopefully I'm not going the wrong way down from one way. If so, then apologize. Now you will see some of these are a little more rutted out for full-size vehicles, and when you get on here with something like an ATV, you kind of got to battle the ruts. So it does take a little bit of skill from that regard if you're on certain trails. As I mentioned, you can see here we got a ring for just the quads and the dirt bikes. You got to be careful hitting it too hard because my flag will not have a good time. This Sportsman is capable, but there are some big whoopers here and it doesn't exactly have a performance suspension. More of a utility machine. But man, if I had something like a dirt bike out here or a big performance ATV, I mean, it's fun. Whoa, that's a little intense for this thing. I don't think our running boards will clear that. All right, let's go into 4. I bet you we can get around it. Look at that. Side hilling it. Cool. Okay, all right. I want to go down on that section right there. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, baby. This thing is so capable. One last little run here through one of my favorite sections of Hollyoaks. This is gonna be intense. This is wheel drive. Love it. There's a Bronco. So this right here is one of those areas I was telling you about that is for big things only, if you will. Well, not only, it's designed more for big things, and it's a cool area because they have a lot of these little obstacles that you can try to conquer with your vehicle, if you will. So you've got over here some undulation sections, and most of these are going to be pretty easy for the four-wheeler, but you got to imagine if you were in a big full-size truck, you'd be undulating, and then these logs here, you'd be kind of coming up, and it'd be really rough, that's for sure. It's even rough on this thing. And you come around through and you've got some more broken logs there. There's, again, different levels for different types of vehicles. Some concrete here that you can get up on top of. More log jams. These steps right here are cool for off-road vehicles. And then what's really cool is this little rock climb area. I've actually gone up that section right there with the Topher in his 4Runner, and it did it. That was really impressive. I'm going to shift into 4, and we'll do a little bit of more casual part right here. Now, it's been raining a little, so hopefully it's not too slick. Yeah, nothing for this, but look at that Jeep coming over. That's cool. Woo! This is a really fun area to play around in here. It's impressive. It's a fun little thing too. You could drive one wheel of your truck up and see how much undulation you have. I mean, look at this. It's just awesome. It's such a raw playground, and you might not even know that it's right in your backyard, and it's there for you to experience. Here's the main area. You can see they've got air stations. That's really important for more of your on-road type vehicles that you need to have a high PSI for running on the street, but then for better off-road traction, you want to drop air. Those fill up really quickly. We had the Bronco Raptor out here, and you're able to fill it up with air right away. And this thing's right off of I-75 here in Michigan, so it's very easy to get to. There's a lot of other cool off-road parks around the state as well. There's Silver Lake Sand Dunes. That's one of the best. Big old sand dune place. Mounds ORV Park we went to not too long ago with the Maverick and the Maverick Tremor and the Raptor R. That was fun to play around in. Shout out to the Maverick pulling the trailer here. And then you've also got you got Bundy Hill out on the other side of Ann Arbor toward Jackson, Michigan. So a lot of fun options for going out and having fun with your toys. But this has been a blast. You can see I've gotten it dirty, had a lot of fun, and I just love coming out to something like this. So thank you really to just Polaris for letting us play around on their machine. But thank you so much for watching. Highly recommend checking out the local ORV park with something, even something like an FX4 Maverick. You could go out and have fun with it. Often they have places like this to buy flags and all the equipment you need to be